How underrated is your grappling? Because we've heard Craig Jones, say some things and how he
said he learns from you.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Yeah,
which is crazy statement coming from someone of his caliber. Do you think that that's something people are sleeping on when it comes to this matchup?
Yeah, I think so. I think a lot of people look at it as like, well, I've heard of like striker grappler, but it's not really. Like Islam's like more than just a grappler. Like he's all round. Obviously, he's one of the best MMA guys. But yeah, I think it's pretty underrated. I think a lot of people just think he'll be able to hold me down. But yeah, I think I got some tricks to get up. So
I don't think he can keep you down. I think even if you hit the ground, it's like you have this. Like I said, I have to look at some more tapes, but your butterfly guard, but I think it's the urgency.
Yeah.
You're just like, nah, it's like the floor's lava.
Yeah.
I gotta get back up. You can't rest there. So that's one thing I like. I don't think he's gonna keep you down.
Yeah.
Even if he is able to get you down. I think there's gonna be a point in this fight. This is just my biasness speaking. It's just like, there's gonna be a point where by the third or fourth takedown attempt, maybe sixth takedown attempt, and he realizes, oh shit, it might be the second round, third round. Okay, this guy is not staying down. He's still right here.
Yeah.
You'll notice it. You know the feeling when like a guy decides, fuck, this guy's not going anywhere, and then you smell the blood in the water. There's gonna be a moment in this fight that will happen. I predict maybe third, fourth,
sure.
And then that's when you're gonna see him just
do the work. He's moving. Yeah, that's it.
I can't wait.
Israel Adesanya and JDM Alexander Volkanovski send a clear warning message to Islam Makhachev. If you're new here, make sure to smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell because we've got some explosive news coming your way.
I just obviously look up to Volk, I feel like in the first fight, the odds were stacked against him and he still put on that incredible performance, And like I feel like everyone in that arena, just how the atmosphere of the event and how it went, I feel like everyone thought Volk won the fight. And then obviously the second fight, the odds are fully stacked against him extremely short notice. Yeah, I just look up to Volk. I think Volk's the man, and I just want to get it back for Volk. Get it back for the Aussies. I can't let them get it up on us again. Yeah, I feel confident that I can beat him just from what Volk has done in the past.
UFC 322 is just days away, and the MMA world is buzzing. Islam Makhachev is moving up to welterweight to challenge the newly crowned champion Jack Della Maddalena at Madison Square Garden. But here's the twist. Two of the biggest names in the sport have just sent a clear warning to the Dagestani superstar.
We've been thinking about Islam for months, since the last fight, basically. Like, Craig's been here for weeks in an Airbnb, paying for himself. It's just unbelievable what these people will do just because they want to. People might think they're getting paid loads of money and Jack's like, well, it's not the case, man. They just want to help. People need to understand that. They're not earning money or clout off the back of Jack. It's just they want to help Jack win. So we really appreciate it. It was so good to have Volk come over. And I think what people don't realise is we never asked him, we never paid for him. He came on his own dime, and just decided he wanted to come and help. So that's pretty phenomenal.
Fine, Jack, work now. Keep your ratings low on them.
Israel Adesanya and Alexander Volkanovski are backing JDM to shock the world, and they're not holding back on why they think Makhachev is walking into a trap. Stay tuned because what they revealed about Della Maddalena's secret weapon might just change everything you think you know about this fight. Let's dive in.
I want to fight for the second belt. I need new one.
Islam Makhachev, he wants to be a two-weight division champion, and he's going after Jack Della Maddalena.
Jack Della Maddalena, this might be the guy to take the torch and be the next big star in Australia.
Well, he's definitely got a tremendous amount of talent, and he can do it all.
This kid is unstoppable. There's some scary people in this division, but I'm the fucking scariest.
The new undisputed UFC welterweight champion.
All right, let's set the stage. On November 15th at UFC 322, Islam Makhachev, the former lightweight king, is stepping up to welterweight to chase double champ glory against Jack Della Maddalena. Now, most people are calling this the ultimate striker versus grappler showdown. Makhachev's crushing Dagestani wrestling versus Maddalena's brutal boxing power. The odds, FanDuel has Islam as a -265 favorite, mainly because of his legendary grappling game.
How underrated is your grappling? Because we've heard Craig Jones, say some things and how
he said he learns from you.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Which is crazy statement coming from someone of his caliber. Do you think that's something people are sleeping on when it comes to this matchup?
Yeah, I think so. I think a lot of people look at it as like, well, I've heard it like striker grappler, but it's not really. Like Islam's more than just a grappler. Like he's he's all round. Obviously, he's one of the best MMA guys. But yeah, I think it's pretty underrated. I think a lot of people just think he'll be able to hold me down. But yeah, I think I got some tricks to get up. So
I don't think he can keep you down. I think even if you hit the ground, it's like you have this. Like I said, I have to look at some more tapes, but your butterfly guard, but I think it's the urgency.
Yeah.
You're just like, nah, it's like the floor is lava.
Yeah.
I gotta get back up. You can't rest there. So that's one thing I like. I don't think he's gonna keep you down.
Yeah.
Even if he is able to get you down.
Makhachev defeats Jack Della Maddalena at UFC 322 next week. And by the way, that's a big if. It is not a given, okay? He will join Anderson Silva in having the longest win streak in all of the UFC history. 16 fights altogether, undefeated. That is phenomenal. So the question is, does that mean that Islam Makhachev would automatically be one of the GOATs, kind of held in that kind of high regard?
In UFC, I have one goal. I don't want to leave the UFC without second belt.
There's no right or wrong answer to this, and it's purely subjective. However...
But here's where it gets interesting. Jack Della Maddalena himself is dismissing that whole striker versus grappler narrative. In a recent interview, JDM made it clear, Islam Makhachev isn't just a grappler. He's a complete, well-rounded fighter. And that's exactly why this fight is so dangerous for both men. But Della Maddalena dropped a bombshell. He's confident that even if Makhachev takes him down, he'll be able to get back up with no problem. And that confidence? It's backed by two legends who know Makhachev better than almost anyone.
This next one with Islam, I don't know what the streets are saying. I don't really tap in too much, but I know the streets will probably be like, oh, you're just a striker, boxer. Islam's going to do this or that.
I think a lot of people look at it as like striker grappler, but it's not really. Like Islam's all round. Obviously, he's one of the best MMA guys. I think a lot of people just think he'll be able to hold me down. I think I got some tricks to get up.
I don't think he can keep you down. Even if you hit the ground, like I said, your butterfly guard, but I think it's the urgency.
Yeah.
You're just like, nah, it's like the floor is lava.
Enter Israel Adesanya, the former two-time middleweight champion and one of the most respected analysts in the game. Izzy recently had Jack Della Maddalena on his YouTube channel, and what he said should send shivers down Islam's spine. Adesanya focused on something most people are overlooking, Maddalena's refusal to stay grounded. Listen to this, Izzy said, and I quote, "I don't think he can keep you down. Even if you hit the ground, it's like you have this urgency. The floor is lava. You don't rest there."
I don't think he can keep you down. I think even if you hit the ground, it's like you have this, like I said, I have to look at some more tapes, but your butterfly guard, but I think it's the urgency.
Yeah.
You're just like, nah, it's like the floor is lava.
Yeah.
I gotta get back up. You can't rest there. So that's one thing I like. I don't think he's gonna keep you down.
Yeah.
Even if he is able to get you down. But on the feet, I might be biased, but I love them things. These things. And again, you throw some leg kicks, but for me, it's just a body shot and the way you stalk people. There's a moment, it's just like there's a distance you're at, and then when you get to mid-range and you kind of get like, you're not scared to get hit or slip a punch to rip one back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The floor is lava. That's the perfect way to describe JDM's scrambling ability. Adesanya praised his butterfly guard and constant movement, suggesting that even if Makhachev scores takedowns, controlling him is a completely different story.
A lot of things we change, like many things. Just we sit with the coaches and we make the plan, and very difficult to gain the weight. I finally become a little bit big now because I try to, like last couple of months, it's very hard. I use like creatine, protein after every training. You try to eat more, but it's very hard when you're training twice a day. When you're training hard, it's very hard to gain weight. I use the creatine, first time ever in my life. I use almost every day, and it's the first supplement which I feel something's changed. It's give you recover very fast, help you to gain weight, and give you some power.
Islam Makhachev has sent a clear warning message to both Ilia Topuria and Jack Della Maddalena after recent call-outs. The former lightweight king is targeting history at UFC 322, but his ambitions don't stop there. He's already setting his sights on the White House, literally. The training camp updates with Khabib, the JDM matchup analysis, the brewing beef with Topuria, and those spicy social media exchanges that have the MMA world buzzing. Let's get into it. So here's the situation. Islam Makhachev is preparing for the biggest fight of his career at UFC 322 on November 15th at Madison Square Garden. He's challenging Jack Della Maddalena for the welterweight title, attempting to become a two-division champion after vacating his lightweight belt following 4 successful defenses. But Makhachev isn't just focused on JDM. He's already looking past this fight and has sent a clear message to Ilia Topuria about their future showdown. In a recent interview with ESPN, Makhachev laid out his vision. "I know UFC wants to do some big fights in the White House. Which fight is going to be bigger than this?"
I don't know. I know UFC want to do like some big fight in White House. Which fight is gonna be bigger than this?
That's right. Makhachev wants to face Topuria at the historic UFC White House event scheduled for June 14th, 2026. And he's not just talking, he's backing it up with action, grinding in camp right now to make this two-division dream a reality. The warning is simple. Beat JDM in November, then meet Topuria on the biggest stage in UFC history. Makhachev is essentially telling both fighters, "I'm coming for you one at a time." Now, let's talk about what's happening behind the scenes in Makhachev's training camp, because this is pure gold. Islam has been training in New York at the Frankie Edgar Iron Army Academy, putting in serious work. Everything was going smoothly until his coach and mentor showed up. Khabib Nurmagomedov flew into New York after cornering his cousin Umar at UFC 321, and when he joined Islam's camp, things got hilariously intense. Check out this exchange. When Khabib asked how preparation was going, Makhachev hit him with perfect comedic timing. Everything was fine until you arrived 2 days ago.
Ислам, второй вопрос. Как проходит подготовка? Что нового в этой подготовке у тебя?
Все было
Чем
нормально.
отличается?
Пока ты не приехал 2 дня назад, я начал отличаться.
Нормально отвечай. Давай.
Чем не отличается? Веса больше. Дирхамов весит 91 килограмм. Раньше я работал с пацанами, которые 84-83 весили максимум.
Понял. А как сгонка на этот раз?
С гонки даже не думаю. Жизнь изменилась.
Да.
Как на 77 перешел. Да. Раньше всегда думал, на ужин где покушать, что покушать. Сейчас без разницы, лишь бы покушать.
Работаем.
Classic. But of course, Khabib wasn't accepting that answer. He told Islam to respond properly, and that's when things got serious. The real challenge? The weight difference. Makhachev revealed he's now working with training partner Muhammad Burkhamov, who weighs 91 kilograms. Compare that to his lightweight camp, where guys maxed out at 83 to 84 kilograms. That's a massive jump that makes every grappling session harder and more physically demanding. Wrestling with naturally bigger welterweights is forcing Makhachev to completely adjust his technique and power output. It's not just a weight change, it's a complete evolution of his fighting style. Let's talk about the man standing between Makhachev and his two-division dreams, Jack Della Maddalena. JDM is the current welterweight champion after pulling off a massive upset against Bilal Muhammad at UFC 315 this past May. The Australian striker is riding an 18-fight win streak, and he's no pushover. But here's where it gets interesting. Makhachev recently broke down Maddalena's game, and his analysis is fascinating. His striking is good, his boxing is very good, his wrestling is not so good, but he is good on the ground. He knows how to defend, how to escape, how to get up.
Honestly, yeah, I watch all his fight. He is good. Striking is good. His boxing is very good, and his wrestling not so good, but he good in the ground. He know how to defend, how to escape, how to get up,
Makhachev pointed out that almost all of Maddalena's UFC opponents have taken him down. But here's the key. JDM doesn't panic. He has good composure on the ground and doesn't make mistakes under pressure. This is crucial because we all know Makhachev's game plan. He's going to look for those takedowns and try to dominate with his world-class grappling. The question is, can Maddalena's composure hold up against arguably the best ground fighter in UFC history? Jorge Masvidal recently called Makhachev the best guy on the mat, on the ground, and a real-life nightmare once the fight hits the canvas. That's high praise from a welterweight legend. On November 15th, we'll see if Maddalena's ground game can withstand the Dagestani pressure. Now let's address the elephant in the room, Ilia Topuria. El Matador knocked out Charles Oliveira to claim the lightweight title at UFC 317, becoming a two-division champion himself. And ever since, he's been taking shots at Makhachev, accusing him of running scared by moving up to welterweight. But Makhachev isn't backing down. In fact, he's flipped the script entirely. When asked about returning to lightweight to face Topuria, Islam was brutally honest. What will I gain by going down to 155 pounds and beating Topuria? Win the belt again? I already have it. I'm not interested in cutting weight to 155 pounds and torturing myself again.
Что я получу, если я на 70 спущусь и выиграю Topuria? Я опять пояс выиграю. У меня есть этот пояс. Людям, в первую очередь, он интересен. Мне не интересно вес гонять 70 килограмм, опять себя мучить. Мне интересно в 77 драться, кушать, радоваться на кемпе и драться.
They said that Islam Makhachev would get the title shot up at 170 if you won this belt tonight. What do you think about that?
I think it's a beautiful challenge. He's pound for pound number one. I'm going to get him back for Volk.
Jack Della Maddalena has just sent a clear warning message to Islam Makhachev, and the Australian champion is not holding back. After Islam boldly claimed he would capture 3 division belts soon, JDM fired back with a simple but powerful challenge. Come and get your belt.
The most recent one, he says, you're not Volk. I'll show you there at different levels. Keep my belt clean. Do you have any response to Islam?
No, come get it. Come get it.
When asked if he wants to surpass Khabib's legacy by becoming a 2-division champion, something Khabib never achieved, Islam immediately shut it down. Listen to his response carefully. No, no, no. He's my brother.
Well, my last thing for you would be, does it mean something to you that you are trying to accomplish something that Khabib never did? And I know that, like, for you guys, maybe you don't talk about that, but for us, we're always like, it's almost kind of been like you followed so perfectly in his footsteps and done everything that he did. Like, is there something kind of cool about doing something that he
I don't know.
never did?
This question is like, some of them ask me, you want to defend the belt more than Khabib? We never talk about this, and it's like, for me, it's the stupid questions, because he's my brother. If he don't want to, I beat his record, he never helped me, but he's still, I told you, he's still like now 2 months without family. He support all team. These guys just dream for him to make the new champions in our gym,
This is going to be explosive. November 15th at Madison Square Garden. Mark your calendars because this one's going to be special. But before we dive deep, make sure you hit that subscribe button and smash the like button to support the channel. Let's get into it. Let's rewind a bit. Islam Makhachev has never been shy about his ambitions. The former lightweight champion vacated his 155-pound title to move up to welterweight